Pakistan's presence in the ICC Champions Trophy has drawn to a close. These, in fact, were the final moments of what has been a horrid campaign for them, a forgettable one, and I'm being a little too kind. Their last group game against Bangladesh in Rawalpindi, a washout. Fans, of course, very dejected, and I'm sure it would be an equally disappointed players at the end of what's been not the perfect tournament, far from it, for Pakistan. Has Pakistan cricket reached an all-new low? Nothing else could possibly come close to being knocked out of an ICC tournament that you yourself hosted. A tournament where you did not even win a single game, lost 2 of the matches and couldn't even play a third. What was meant to be a historic moment turned out to be a rather disastrous one. The Captain Mohammad Rizwan, leading his side in his very first ICC tournament, couldn't have had the worst possible start to his stint. He kept apologizing to all Pakistan cricket fans for an utter no-show.
We wanted to do well and perform well in front of our nation. The expectations are very high. We didn't perform well. It's disappointing that we didn't perform well. We accept that. The nation is upset, and so are we.
He also went on to speak about the untimely injuries to 2 key personnel in their ranks, Sayyum Ayub and Fakhr Zaman, saying that possibly disturbed the whole team mentally.
The guy who has been performing from the last few months in Australia, South Africa and Zimbabwe was out. The team was combined, and then suddenly when someone gets injured, the team gets disrupted. Yes, Fakhr Zaman and Sam Ayub were injured, but we will learn from this.
Rizwan was apologetic and tried to show some courage, smiling through what clearly has been the worst ICC campaign for Pakistan in the last many decades through their cricketing journey. But the truth will not stay quiet, with words of remorse and just a smile. Pakistan Cricket Board, Pakistan leadership, the coaching staff, the selectors and the board have to answer some very tough questions. Questions that their most loyal and objective fans are asking. The internet exploded yet again with a truckload of reactions and taunts. PCB and the players were massively trolled for what has been a comedy of a Champions Trophy campaign. The hosts spent thousands of dollars, splurged on their infrastructure, announced to the world that this was going to be Pakistan's moment of reckoning, their moment of glory, that they wouldn't just win over everyone by their hospitality and by how they would present this tournament, but also by their performance on the field. They put up deplorable performances against 2 of the top sides in the tournament and couldn't even get their own fans to witness their last outing in the tournament. Their Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif had stuck his neck out while announcing to the world that Pakistan would not only beat India but lift the trophy too. But the truth, of course, has been far from it. With the stark realization that this is the defending champions crashing out of the tournament, and rather unceremoniously, leaving former greats seething all over again.
We have been backing these players for the last few years, but they are not learning nor improving. It is time for a major shake-up. We need to improve our system of domestic cricket so that we can produce quality cricketers, not ordinary ones.
You have chosen the wrong role models. Your thought process is wrong. You were a fraud from the beginning, you are a fraud now. You have been deceiving from the start. Honestly, I don't even want to discuss Pakistan cricket team.
Changes in the team are inevitable if you have to change cricket as per modern day cricket. If you don't change your approach, players, then changes will be in the team.
Seems like that is their permanent mode of expression when it comes to responding to Pakistan cricket team's performances these days. The loss, this one bigger than the last, will put wheels in motion all over again. The sacking, the new appointments, the rejig, expect much drama to follow in the days to come, especially when the Prime Minister himself has reportedly decided to step in and take matters into his own hands regarding shaking up the system and finding out what is indeed wrong with it. It will take more than just a magnifying glass for this detection, Mr. Prime Minister, that I can assure you.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.